Welcome, devoted fans, to another electrifying edition of TV Day's Drama Digest. Today, we're diving headfirst into the heart-pounding, tear-jerking, and utterly addictive world of Days of Our Lives. The sands of the hourglass are running low, and the stakes have never been higher in Salem. Our burning question today: will Rachel Black, the enigmatic and fiercely protective matriarch, make a jaw-dropping return to save her daughter Kristen DiMera from a 6-year prison sentence? Or will Kristen's sacrifice to protect her own daughter, Rachel Brady, be in vain? Buckle up, because we're about to unravel the tangled web of secrets, betrayals, and high-stakes drama that could change everything. Let's explore every twist, turn, and shocking possibility in this gripping saga. A mother's sacrifice, Kristen's confession, and the weight of guilt. For those who've been glued to their screens, the events leading to Kristen DiMera's incarceration are nothing short of a roller coaster. Kristen, known for her cunning schemes and unwavering loyalty to her family, confessed to shooting E.J. DiMera, a man whose own machinations have left Salem reeling time and again. This wasn't a random act of violence, though, oh no, in true Days fashion, it was a desperate act of love. Kristen's confession came from a mother's heart, a fierce determination to shield her young daughter, Rachel Brady, from the consequences of a horrifying act. 6 years. That's the sentence Kristen now faces, locked away in Statesville prison, her future uncertain and her heart undoubtedly heavy with the knowledge that she's taken the fall for her child. But what led to this moment? Why would Kristen, a woman who's dodged accountability with the finesse of a cat burglar, willingly step into the crosshairs of justice? To understand this, we need to rewind and examine the chaos that unfolded when Rachel Brady, a child caught in a storm of adult vendettas, pulled the trigger on E.J. DiMera. The shot heard round Salem, Rachel Brady's desperate act. Rachel Brady, the young daughter of Kristen DiMera and Brady Black, is no stranger to the turmoil that defines life in Salem. Named after her grandmother, Rachel Black, this little girl has been thrust into a world of betrayal, kidnapping, and high-stakes power plays. The catalyst for this entire tragedy was E.J. DiMera's ruthless decision to make Rachel Black, Kristen's mother and Rachel Brady's namesake, disappear. The details of Rachel Black's vanishing are murky, shrouded in the kind of mystery that keeps Days fans on the edge of their seats. Was it a kidnapping? A coerced disappearance? Or something even more sinister? Whatever E.J.'s role, it was enough to push young Rachel Brady to the brink. Picture the scene. A trembling Rachel Brady, barely old enough to understand the full weight of her actions, clutching a gun in her small hands. Her eyes, filled with fear and fury, are fixed on E.J., the man she believes is responsible for her grandmother's absence. "Where is she?" she demands, her voice quivering but resolute. "What did you do to my grandma?" E.J., ever the smooth-talking manipulator, likely tried to defuse the situation, but Rachel was beyond reasoning. The gun went off, a deafening crack that echoed through Salem's tangled history, and E.J. fell, wounded but alive, leaving a trail of chaos in his wake. Kristen, who had confronted E.J. just moments before, was no bystander in this drama. Her own conversation with E.J. had been heated, a clash of titans fueled by years of bad blood. Kristen had demanded answers about her mother's whereabouts, her voice laced with the desperation of a daughter who feared the worst. When she heard the gunshot and saw her daughter standing over E.J.'s crumpled form, Kristen's world tilted on its axis. In that moment, she made a choice that would define her fate. She took the blame, confessing to the shooting to protect Rachel Brady from a life marked by guilt and incarceration. But at what cost? The vanishing matriarch. Where is Rachel Black? The elephant in the room, or rather, the missing matriarch in Salem, is Rachel Black herself. Kristen's mother, a formidable figure in her own right, has been conspicuously absent from the canvas. Her disappearance, orchestrated by E.J., set this entire tragedy in motion. Yet, as the days turn into weeks and the weeks into months, fans are left wondering, where is Rachel Black? Is she alive, hidden away in some secret location, biding her time? Or has EJ's scheme ended in tragedy, leaving Kristen and Rachel Brady to grapple with a loss they can't yet comprehend? Rachel Black's absence is a gaping wound in this storyline, a mystery that pulses with potential. She's a woman who's faced Salem's darkest moments with resilience and cunning, a true survivor of the Dee-Mara Black feud that has defined days for decades. Her connection to Kristen and Rachel Brady is unbreakable, a bond forged in love and tempered by the fires of betrayal. If anyone could return to shake up this narrative, it's Rachel Black. But will she? And if she does, what will her return mean for Kristen's sacrifice and Rachel Brady's fragile psyche? The amnesia twist, Rachel Brady's forgotten truth. Adding another layer of complexity to this already convoluted tale is Rachel Brady's apparent amnesia. The young girl, traumatized by the events surrounding EJ's shooting, seems to have no memory of pulling the trigger. This isn't the first time Days of Our Lives has leaned into the amnesia trope. Salem is practically a breeding ground for selective memory loss, but it raises the stakes to dizzying heights. Rachel Brady's innocence, both literal and psychological, hangs in the balance. If she doesn't remember shooting EJ, how can she grapple with the truth? And if the truth comes crashing back, what will it do to her already fractured world? Kristen, locked away in her cell, must be tormented by the knowledge that her daughter is blissfully unaware of the act that led to her mother's imprisonment. Every visit, every letter, every phone call must be a tightrope walk for Kristen, balancing her love for Rachel with the need to protect her from the crushing weight of guilt. But what happens if Rachel Brady's memory returns? Will she piece together the fragments of that fateful day and realize the truth? And if she does, will she turn to her grandmother, Rachel Black, for salvation? The speculation, will Rachel Black return to save the day? Now, let's get to the heart of the matter. Will Rachel Black stage a dramatic return to save Kristen from prison and protect Rachel Brady from the consequences of her actions? The possibility is tantalizing, a plot twist worthy of Day's most iconic moments. Imagine the scene: Kristen, pale and weary, sitting in a stark prison visiting room, her eyes lighting up as the door swings open to reveal none other than Rachel Black. The music swells, the camera zooms in, and fans across the globe clutch their pearls as Rachel declares, "I'm here to set things right." But how could Rachel Black pull off such a feat? Let's break it down. First, she'd need to reveal the truth about her disappearance. If EJ was indeed behind it, Rachel Black could have evidence, documents, recordings, or even a witness that exposes his scheme. This could shift the narrative, painting EJ as the true villain and potentially undermining the case against Kristen. After all, if Rachel Black is alive and well, Kristen's motive for confronting EJ becomes less about vengeance and more about a desperate search for her mother. A skilled lawyer, perhaps Justin Kiriakis or Bell Black, could argue that Kristen's confession was coerced or made under duress, especially if Rachel Black testifies to EJ's role in her disappearance. Then there's the question of Rachel Brady. If Rachel Black returns, she could take responsibility for her granddaughter's actions, perhaps claiming that she influenced Rachel Brady or even that she was the one who provided the gun. It's a stretch, but this is Days of Our Lives. Stretches are par for the course. Rachel Black could argue that she acted to protect her family, framing herself as the mastermind behind the shooting to spare both Kristen and Rachel Brady from further pain. It would be a selfless act, one that mirrors Kristen's own sacrifice, and it would cement Rachel Black's legacy as a fierce protector of her bloodline. The counterargument: why Rachel Black might stay away. Of course, not every fan is convinced that Rachel Black will swoop in to save the day. There are compelling reasons to believe she might remain in the shadows, leaving Kristen to face her sentence and Rachel Brady to navigate her amnesia alone. For one, Rachel Black's disappearance could be permanent. If EJ's actions led to her death, a possibility too grim to ignore, then there's no one left to come to Kristen's rescue. The absence of Rachel Black from recent episodes only fuels this theory, as does the lack of any concrete clues about her whereabouts. In Salem, absence often spells tragedy, and fans know all too well that not every missing character gets a happy homecoming. Even if Rachel Black is alive, she might have reasons to stay away. Perhaps she's in hiding, protecting herself from EJ or other enemies in Salem's underbelly. Returning could put her life at risk, especially if EJ's allies are still lurking. Alternatively, Rachel Black might not know about Kristen's imprisonment or Rachel Brady's role in the shooting. If she's cut off from Salem's gossip mill, she could be blissfully unaware of the chaos unfolding in her absence. And let's not forget the possibility of a new scheme. Rachel Black is no stranger to playing the long game. Could she be orchestrating something bigger, waiting for the perfect moment to strike? The emotional stakes, a family torn apart. Whether Rachel Black returns or not, the emotional toll of this storyline is undeniable. Kristen's sacrifice is a testament to the lengths a mother will go to protect her child, but it's also a heartbreaking reminder of the cost of love in Salem. Every day Kristen spends behind bars is a day she's separated from Rachel Brady, a day her daughter grows up without her mother's guidance. The thought of Kristen, once a powerhouse of schemes and charisma, now confined to a cell, is enough to bring tears to even the most jaded Days fan. Rachel Brady, too, is a victim in this saga. Her amnesia might shield her from guilt, but it also robs her of the truth about her actions and her mother's sacrifice. If her memory returns, the psychological fallout could be devastating. She's already lost her grandmother to EJ's schemes. Losing her mother to prison could push her to a breaking point. And what of Brady Black, Rachel's father? His role in this drama has been quiet so far, but his love for his daughter and his complicated history with Kristen could pull him into the fray, adding yet another layer to this already intricate tale. The fans weigh in. What do you think? At TV Days Drama Digest, we know that Days of Our Lives fans are the heart and soul of the show. So, we want to hear from you. Will Rachel Black make a triumphant return, storming into Salem like a hurricane to save Kristen and Rachel Brady? Or will Kristen's sacrifice stand, a tragic monument to a mother's love? Could Rachel Brady's memory return, forcing her to confront the truth about EJ's shooting? And what about EJ himself? Will he recover and seek revenge, or is his own story far from over? Head to our comments section or join the conversation on X to share your theories, predictions, and wildest hopes for this storyline. Is Rachel Black the key to unraveling this mystery, or is Salem in for an even bigger twist? One thing's for sure. In the world of Days of Our Lives, nothing is ever as it seems, and the drama is just getting started. A legacy of drama, why this story matters. As we wrap up this deep dive, let's take a moment to appreciate why this storyline resonates so deeply. Days of Our Lives has always been about family, messy, complicated, and fiercely loyal families who fight for each other no matter the cost. The saga of Kristen, Rachel Brady, and Rachel Black is a microcosm of that legacy, a story of love, sacrifice, and the enduring power of blood ties. Whether Rachel Black returns to save the day or remains a ghostly absence, this narrative reminds us why we keep coming back to Salem, for the heart-stopping moments, the gut-wrenching choices, and the promise that, no matter how dark things get, there's always hope for redemption. So, dear readers, keep your eyes on the hourglass. The sands are still falling, and the next chapter in this epic tale is just around the corner. Will Rachel Black rise from the ashes to save her daughter and granddaughter? Or will Kristen's sacrifice be the final word in this heartbreaking story? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain, in Salem, the drama never stops. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.